Hi there, welcome back to this YouTube channel. My name is Julia, and in today's clip I'm gonna review Morphe brushes. I'm not entirely sure if it's correct to say Morphe brushes, just because the ones that I did purchase myself are the eye set from them x Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I mean, not Jeffree Star Cosmetics, Jeffree Star himself. And the reason why I bought these ones is because if you're not like up to date with the whole beauty community and drama and all that jazz, they decided to stop having this collab. You can't purchase it anymore. It's also out of stock. However, I feel whenever they do a collab between someone like Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, James Charles, they always have the same shapes and looking the same brushes in terms of like the shape of the brush in itself. Obviously they are changing the handle, the bristle color, the bristles, you know, of the brush, the color and all that jazz, or maybe the names as well. But the rest are pretty much identical if you ask me. James Charles did not even bother changing the handle, so yeah, that's why I'm like, I think I can name it reviewing Morphe brushes. The only reason why I bought Jeffree Star x Morphe brushes is because they were on offer, because obviously they're trying to sell them and, you know, never create them anymore, and they were only 20 pounds. So I paid for the whole eye set, and also has I'm pretty sure the brow brush for 20 pounds. The one with Jaclyn Hill, which is similar to this one, is like 40. They say its value is 75 pounds. I'm not quite sure if that's entirely true, but I don't think Morphe brushes are cheap. I don't think they're very expensive, but I don't think they're cheap. So that's why here we are today. I'm obsessed with makeup. I never tried anything from Morphe. I'm waiting for some lipsticks because they had them on offer, and I'm very curious how they are as well. So this is how it looks like, the eye brush set. I also got myself a highlighting brush because I had to. Like, literally it looks so good, and it was only a $5. Like, seriously, how cheap that is. And I also got the eye brushes. I don't think I'm gonna go on to put a full face on. I just want to start with my eyes, to be completely honest with you, and then come back after I do my face and apply the highlighter with that brush. But without further ado, let's jump into seeing how this look, because I did had a, you know, a check on them, but I did not open them because I really wanted to give you the whole experience here. So obviously it comes with this case, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's like the most, you know, amazing case or whatever, but I don't think it's bad quality. I think it's really nice, and I am definitely seeing myself reaching out for something like this when I'm traveling or when I'm going home to my parents, because you can also fit this one into it from what it seems like. Yes, you can fit it in here as well, the highlighting brush. I obviously don't own the rest of the face brushes, just because I have too many face brushes that I really didn't need any more, but I assume all of them are the same size and they would fit, which I think is really great. I think also these ones, these are from Spectrum, so they fit as well. Yeah, pretty much my brushes, my face brushes would fit into this, and I'm here for it. So they come in this plastic bag, and they seem really heavy. Let me tell you that they seem extremely heavy. You get in this set, I don't even remember how many. You get in here 10 eye brushes. Like, I'm pretty sure this is out of stock, at least on Morphe UK, but maybe you can find it in other, you know, USA or whatever. But literally, this is such a good deal for 10 brushes, 20 pounds. I think that's a pretty damn good deal. The reason why I bought them myself is because my eye brushes, I have loads for blending, like big fat brushes like this one in the middle, right? Or this one. But I don't have teeny tiny brushes such as these two, also this one, also this, and especially this one, which has like a tip. I don't own that kind of brushes, because guess what? It's either Morphe, which, yeah, they are affordable compared to Sigma or Zoeva or whatever, but I find them still expensive, so I never got around to bother trying them. And Zoeva, for example, or Zoeva, or however you pronounce it, seriously, They look so damn good, but they are so expensive. I'm not willing to spend that coin. Not at this stage I am at with my makeup journey. You also have the brush for the brows, like I thought myself. So I put them in a jar because basically I don't have proper storage for them. But obviously I'm gonna start off with the brows, and I'm gonna use this bad boy, which seriously, it looks so thin. Can you see it? This is such a like fine thin tip that I actually don't own something. I don't own a brow brush that is this tiny, which I'm obsessed with. Like, this looks very promising. The thing is with me is that I don't know how to do my brows anymore without the soap thing. And it's just, I really want to see without that trick. I like it. It's a very thin brush. It's just, my brows are not missing that much of, you know, brows in between. But for example, for curving out the actual shape, it's really good. It's a very thin brush that actually does the trick to make sure you are not like going overboard with it. I'm really here for it. Like, literally, it's very thin, and I really like that. Like, do you see how thin that is? Like, literally. So I either apply my primer, which is actually a concealer. I use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer as a primer myself. And yeah, let's start with the actual brushes for the eyes. I'm very excited. So for anyone who wonders what I'm gonna use in today's video, is going to be actually Perfect Carnival XL Pro Palette, the collaboration with Stacey Marie. And yeah, I'm gonna use this bad boy today. So I'm using now the brush JS6, which looks like this. It has a very thin tip to the brush, and I'm just gonna use this with a turquoisey shade. By the way, I did not mention, these feel so nice to the touch. They feel very fluffy so far. So for this part, I used the two brushes, these two guys, which one of them, the white one, is with a felt like tip, and this one is more of a blending brush. And literally, I love JS6 because it has that tip. I feel right now, because of this, I managed to keep the color where I really wanted to keep it. So if I'm, you know, doing my eyes like so, you can see it's not too up to, you know, to a point where it's very, very pigmented into my brows, if that makes sense. Like, I took this bad boy and, you know, blended it out, and obviously it is dispersed here, but it's blended. And I feel like I really struggled to make that possible with my brushes because the majority of them look like this one. Now I'm gonna take this tiny one, which is the JS12, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with it. So for this brush, the JS12, I did decide to take a more kind of like burgundy shade and put it into my crease. And I went back to the JS6 just to make sure the two shades, the turquoisey and pink burgundy one, are combined very nicely. And seriously, I can say I truly love JS12 as well. Like, it's something that I don't have in my collection. It's very tiny and it literally packs a punch where you want to, and obviously you can take a fluffier brush if you want to disperse it more widely, but because you have control to place it wherever you want to and stay there until you decide to make it further, it is such a nice brush in my collection. I really love it. I'm not quite sure what's the name of the actual original Morphe one, but it's very, very teeny and dainty and very precise. So I think I'm gonna jump into the JS5, which looks like so. I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about this touch of kind of like, this is the shade Foolish, which I'm not quite sure how to explain it. It's more like of a coral sort of shade, but I'm not gonna focus on that. That's why I'm not even bothering saying the names of the shades, because I wanna focus on the brushes. So this one, I tried the JS5. I tried to kind of like place a shade over there, but literally, obviously, it's a whole journey, a process with doing your eyes, which I'm still learning. But basically I went with this one, and then I went back and forth with the JS6, which I think so far it's by far one of my favorite brushes. So JS5, it's really nice because it's actually very straight, so you have a teeny tiny bit of a tip over there, but it's really straight. It's not like rounded. So I felt like it was really nice to add the color over there and then go back and forth with another brush to blend it out. I like it. So now we have the JS9 here, and I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I did decide to apply shade Keen, the yellow, in the inner part of my eye, and I really like the brush because it has a very like tip to the brush in itself. It was very easy to kind of blend it out over there and place it there. And again, it's a brush that I don't have in my collection. That's pretty much why I even bothered buying this brush set for my collection. Now I'm gonna grab the JS10 and try to pack actually a shimmery shade with it. So this brush JS10, I'm very impressed with it because basically this actually packed a punch. I used the shade Peppermint from this palette, and literally with the other brushes I own, I always find the need to go and grab it with my finger and place it there. But seriously, this brush, I'm very impressed. It really did pack a punch, and yeah, I mean, this is actually good. I also have a bigger version of that tinier version, so I'm gonna grab this one and see what I'm gonna place in the inner part. So again, JS11, it seems to be the kind of like bigger version of the JS10. I assume that's why they are coming one after another in terms of like their numbers. And literally, I'm very impressed by these. Like, I'm so shocked. They pack a punch. So, and the most insane part is that they are quite fluffy. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but they are quite on the fluffier side, and I was expecting, I was so sure they would be like, when it comes to packing shimmers to this, you know, amount of pigmentation. Because seriously, I have Be Perfect this palette for a while, and I always find myself going with my finger into the shimmers so I can really pack that punchy, you know, shimmery boom in your face. And I feel like these are gonna be a holy grail for that, because I kind of hate doing that. Like, literally, I hate doing my hands dirty. And yeah, I'm very excited to have these ones because they seem to work. And like I said, I used Be Perfect XL Carnival for a while. No brush in my collection managed to do that. So the last two brushes I have in here to test out are the JS13 and JS14. 14 is a liner brush, and this is a teeny tiny, very tiny kind of like version of this one, which is the JS12. So that's why, again, they're coming one after another in terms of numbers. And yeah, I'm gonna use this one underneath my eye. Very impressed by how precise this little guy is. Something that I've always had a problem with is applying shades underneath my eyes, because the only things I would have of this kind of like tiny size would be a pencil brush, and I feel it was just that like fluffy enough to make sure I can blend it. And this one, because it's so stiff, whenever you try to blend it with it, it's more like spreading the shades all over the place rather than actually blending it out in the precise place I placed. So here we are again, me saying I really love this one. So to give JS14 a fair shot, since it's a liner brush, I'm actually gonna use Breakfast at Tiffany's from Jeffree Star Cosmetics to do a proper liner rather than using it with, you know, eyeshadow. I'm very impressed by this liner brush. The tip is so sharp that I had no issues whatsoever to make this really sharp line so sharp. So now I'm gonna go off the camera, do my lashes and do my face, and I'm gonna come back with the highlight because we are trying the highlight brush on this video as well. So I'm back with the full face except highlighter and lips. Let's see how it, applies it. The one that I own myself is a proper highlighting brush. It's the Spectrum B08, and as you can see, very different situation here. Wow, it packs. It actually gets a lot onto the bristles. So this is one thing I would say about this brush, and whether all of the Morphe brushes for highlighters are the same shape. You can pretty much work out how thick you want your highlight to be. Like literally, this is very thin, this is super thick, and I really like that because sometimes I really want to go just like this because, like I said, my face is quite tiny, so I don't want like a thick highlighter. So let's gather my final thoughts when it comes to this eye brush set and Morphe brushes in general, because that's my pretty much point. So basically the reason why I actually decided, I never checked their website, right? I never checked it, and I've never been necessarily super into Morphe. It never got me to a point where I'm like, I want to buy that from Morphe. When I've seen their statement that they are gonna, stop everything commercial-wise with Jeffree Star and Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I've realized they are gonna put everything on sale. That would be, my way of thinking about it marketing-wise. And that was true. They had them on sale, and literally I can say I'm very impressed by the detailed brushes. I've realized I don't have anything like this in my collection. If you look into this, every single one is only blending brushes. I don't have any detailed brushes. I don't have any tip, kind of like this situation brushes. I don't have that, and I feel like I'm not gonna struggle that much anymore, and I'm gonna learn to do even much more nicer looks from now on because I have detailed brushes as such. Because I'm very shocked, because I thought they are a gimmick. I must say they are not the fluffiest brushes ever, but they are not horrible. I feel the ones I have from this brand called Kivanja over Amazon, I think they're a slightly bit more fluffier, but the downside is I don't have detailing brushes from that. Morphe brushes might be worth it to a certain extent. I still think it really depends on your budget and how much you're willing to spend your coin on brushes and what you're trying to do with them. Obviously, if you just want to have, a crease shade, and that's pretty much it, nothing to be really into detail, I don't think it's necessarily worth the investment if you just can't be asked doing that with your looks. Because obviously not everybody is trying to do very detailed looks, and that's definitely understandable. If you're looking just for day-to-day brushes, I don't think they are necessarily worth your investment, taking into account that these were on offer. Obviously, if they're on offer, definitely grab them, because I think I'm very, very happy I bought these ones. But if they're not on offer, I'm not saying you necessarily need these ones. I think it's going to be a game changer for me and for my looks for my Instagram. So yeah, without further ado and me rambling anymore, I hope this video was by any means useful and relevant to you, and it might give you an idea how to feel about Morphe brushes. Obviously, subscribe if you want to see more of me. I do mostly makeup. I do other bits here and there, like Shein hauls. I do have some of them posted recently, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to see proper tutorials of my full faces and stuff like that, I do tend to do those ones more on my Instagram. But yeah, subscribe, give a chance, or check the next video to see if it's worth subscribing to my channel. But I post every single week. I was about to say a day. No, I don't. Every single day. I wish I could, but no. I post every single week at least one video, and yeah, I'm consistent. I never skip a week of uploading. So yeah, I'll hopefully see you around. Bye.